welcome to my March update for Pan That palette. I am currently panning the Dragon Fruit palette by Clionadh Cosmetics and Emily Violet Marie, and I am super excited to announce that I not only have one exciting announcement this update, I have two, and you probably know exactly what that is, but I am super excited to share with you what this palette looks like right now. However, before we get into it, we are going to get into some numbers. I wanted to let you know when I brought this palette into the project, it was 228.4 grams. Last update, it was 226.8 grams. Right now, it is weighing 225.8 grams. So what does that all mean? It means that I have used a total of 1 gram this past month, but I have used 2.6 grams in total over the course of the project so far. Let me show you what the palette was looking like when I brought it in. This is also what it looked like last month, which kind of looks the same on picture. And then this is what my palette looks like now. As you can see, we got a nice shiny pan in Bubbles in the little corner there. And we also have a pan in Sweetened, which is that dead center shade. So I'm happy to announce, since the last time I saw you, I used Bubbles, which is the big pan here, 18 times. I used Refresh 5 times, Strawberry Pear 2 times, Dragantini 3 times. I used Infusion 3 times, Hylo 5 times. I used Sweetened 8 times. I used Exotic 8 times as well. I used Prickly 4 times. The green color on the bottom I used 4 times. The one next to it I used 2 times. Fruit Fizz I used 4 times, and then Effervescent I used 9 times. So in total now I have 41 uses on Bubble, 12 on Refresh, 6 on Strawberry Pear, 9 on Dragantini, 8 on Infusion, 7 on Hylo 14 on Sweetened, 12 on Exotic, 9 on Prickly, 10 on Catasia. I should just Google how to say that. That's just so embarrassing every time. 7 on Dragonfly, 12 on Fruit Fizz, and 24 on Effervescent. I do have notes here that on Bubble, it actually took me to my 39th use in order to hit the pan on this product here. And it wasn't one of those when you dip it in, it's like, oh my god, there's pan. It was like, ooh, there's pan, and then it would kind of crumble in on itself. And like, ooh, it's pan, and it would crumble in on itself. And it did it about like 3 or 4 times before I actually had like steady pan on that product. Whereas Sweetened, which is the dead center shade here, that one took 14 uses, and that one was like pan from day one. I do want to say I was using Sweetened in my 50 Shades, no, not 50 Shades, in my Ancient Mythos project pan back in November. It was a focus shade for me in that project. So it did have use prior to this Pan That palette project. Actually, this whole palette had a little bit of use prior to this project. So it's not like I hit pan in 14 uses. I hit pan in 14 uses since starting this project. So I did want to go over a couple of looks that I made this past month with this palette, starting with this look here. So with this look here, I used Prickly, which was the dark purple shade on the outer half. And then I blended it out with Infusion, which is the lighter kind of purple shade. And then I went in with Bubbles on the inner corner. To finish the look off, I went in with a coat of brown mascara on top and bottom, so my Lash Princess that I'm trying to pan. And then I actually went in on my second coat with the Purple Prose mascara from ColourPop. And then for my tightline and waterline, I went in with Plum Smash from ColourPop. For look 2 here, it was a little bit more simple, even though it doesn't kind of look like that. With this one, I went in with Refresh, which is this shade here, on the first half of my brows. Then I went in with a shade called Tundra from Clionadh Cosmetics for the blue color. Then I put Effervescent all over the lid and all over my lower lash line. And then I also had Bubbles as well on the inner corner. You're going to hear that a lot because Bubbles was in my Ancient Mythos project pan, so it's like I wanted to make sure I used it in pretty much every look that I made. But to finish this look off, I went in with my Honeydew liner on my tight line. I didn't have anything on my waterline this time around, but I did use 2 different mascaras. I have the Blue Ya Mind on the top lashes as well as Pink Ink on the bottom lashes. And then the thing that made the look, I have my Tarte eye gems here that I put on underneath my eyes, kind of like an eye mask kind of thing. So that's what I did to get this look here. The last look I'm going to share with you, I went in with Sweetened, which again is that dead center shade that we hit pan on, so exciting. And I kind of just blew that out all over my lower lash line as well as all over kind of my lid. Once I got kind of like a nice kind of dusty smoking of that Sweetened sort of shade, I went in with Dragantini, which is my favorite shade in the whole palette, and that I just kind of put on my lid for a little bit nice of a shimmer. However, thanks to my hooded eyes, you can't see it in the picture. I did also go into Bubbles again for the inner corner. To finish this look off, I did go in with the first coat of brown mascara as well on top and bottom, but then I went in with a coat of Roar, which is actually the bright green color I have from ColourPop. I went in with that for my second coat on top and bottom. I went in with the shade Charmer, which is more of a darker kind of burgundy shade from my waterline and my tight line as well. And then I went in with my Zecia glitter stick, which is not really a stick anymore. I have it in a pot here, and then I like to just kind of use the, I still have the brush component of it, and I'll use it as a liner. And I put that on my lower lash line, and then I put my chrome glitter flakes in the shade of Unicorn Fantasy on it to get that nice kind of sparkle underneath. So those are some of the looks that I made with my Pan That palette this month. I am super excited on my progress. I was not expecting to hit pan. Like, I knew I had a huge dip on it. Like, I had quite a good dip on Sweeten for a while, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hit pan on this for sure. But I didn't think it was gonna be like this month. I thought, well, I know for the month of March I'm going to do a lot of green looks, so the pinks were going to be put on the back burner. So I was thinking maybe like sometime in April it would have surprised me. So I'm super happy that it surprised me in February with a pan and Sweetened. Just to kind of let you know how we're going, because it doesn't really show up the best on camera, or at least I'm not the best of capturing it on camera. Refresh looks okay. It has a little baby dip. Strawberry Pear looks nothing. Dragantini looks nothing. Hilo Serious here has actually a really nice dip in it, as well as Exotic. I think Exotic is going to be the next one that probably gets pan on it. We are starting to get a dip in, I should just Google it like I say, Catacasea. There is a dip on that one forming, and then I've always had this dip in Effervescent that just never seems to go anywhere, and when I think I'm getting close, that's when the pan seems to break and I have to kind of like repress it back in there. So I'm not sure if I'm ever going to hit pan on Effervescent, or if it's just going to keep breaking on me and I'm going to have to keep repressing it. So but that is my happy update for Pan That palette. Like I said, I'm super excited to share that with you guys. I've been working hard on this palette. I've been staying consistent with making sure I use this palette as my focal palette, and then kind of just dipping into other colors so I don't kind of get burnt out or bored with it, or, you know, you just want to bring in other things for fun every once in a while. The one thing I will say with this palette that I find is that if you go in with one of the darker shades, so Hilo Serious, Sweetened, or Exotic on the outer corner, and then if you go in with either Fruit Fizz, Refresh, or Strawberry Pear, all of the looks kind of show the same on camera, which is really disappointing. Like, you don't get that distinct difference between them, so they all just kind of like meld together. So that's like the one disappointing thing so far about this this palette, is that it's not different enough in the shades. I think there needed to be a little bit more depth, but that's okay. We're making our way through it. We're having fun. Thank you for checking in with me. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. Time is precious, and I'm just super excited and appreciative that you decided to spend it with me. So thank you very much, and until the next one, I hope the day treats you well. Bye!